You're cruising down the highway at 60, maybe 70 miles per hour. Everything feels smooth until your steering wheel starts to shake. At first, it's barely noticeable. Then it gets worse. Now your hands are vibrating, your ride feels unstable, and you're left wondering, is something about to go seriously wrong? Here's the truth. Steering wheel vibration at highway speeds is often more than just a minor annoyance. It can be an early warning sign of a mechanical issue that's quietly developing. Some of these problems are harmless if caught early, others can lead to expensive repairs or even safety risks. And while many mechanics don't always explain the full range of possibilities, you're about to learn them all. In this video, we'll go through 11 reasons why your steering wheel might be vibrating, what's really causing it, how to spot the signs, and what you should do next to restore your smooth ride. Let's jump in. 1. Tire imbalance. Let's start with one of the most frequent causes, unbalanced tires. When tires aren't perfectly balanced, they spin unevenly. At low speeds, you might not notice anything. But at highway speeds, this imbalance causes vibrations that travel up through the suspension and directly into the steering wheel. Even a small imbalance of half an ounce can cause a noticeable shake above 55 miles per hour. Most drivers start to notice this around 50 to 60 miles per hour. If the shaking becomes more intense, the faster you go, this is a likely suspect. The solution? A technician can rebalance the wheels using small weights to even out the rotation. It's a routine service that typically resolves the problem quickly. 2. Uneven tire wear. Even if your tires are balanced, the condition of the tread matters. Tires with uneven wear, whether from misalignment, bad shocks, or over-under inflation, can create uneven road contact. This causes vibrations that intensify at higher speeds. Look for visible signs like cupping, feathering, or bald spots. These often point to alignment or suspension issues that have been ignored for too long. Also, watch out for tire separation, a condition where internal belts shift, which creates the illusion of uneven wear but actually indicates a damaged tire. In some cases, rotating the tires can help reduce the shake temporarily, but tires showing serious wear should be replaced and other components inspected. 3. Wheel alignment problems. While misalignment usually causes your car to pull or tires to wear unevenly over time, if left uncorrected, it often leads to tire wear that then causes vibration. It's less likely to cause direct vibration on its own. When your wheels aren't aligned properly, the angles at which they contact the road surface become skewed. This leads to irregular tire movement and steering instability. You might notice the steering wheel isn't centered when driving straight, or that the vehicle feels like it's drifting. This is especially noticeable at highway speeds. A professional alignment service can restore the proper geometry and drastically improve both ride comfort and steering response. 4. Warped brake rotors. Many people think brake rotors only cause vibration when braking, and they are right most of the time. But severely warped rotors, especially up front, can cause pulsations that are noticeable even when not pressing the brake. This is due to the uneven surface of the rotor making slight contact with the brake pads as the wheel rotates. You might feel a rhythmic vibration or slight pulsing in the steering wheel. If this sounds familiar, have the rotors checked for warping or wear. In many cases, replacing them resolves the issue completely. 5. Wheel bearing wear. A worn or failing wheel bearing allows too much movement in the wheel hub. At slow speeds, it may go unnoticed. But on the highway, the extra play causes the wheel to vibrate slightly and the steering wheel picks up on that motion. Additional signs include a growling or humming noise from one side of the vehicle, or the feeling of looseness when turning. Since a failed wheel bearing can lead to wheel separation, this is not something to ignore. Bearing replacement should be handled by a trained professional. 6. Bent rims. If you've recently hit a pothole, curb, or other road hazard, you may have a bent wheel rim. Even minor damage can throw the wheel out of round, creating a wobble effect at high speed. These vibrations can feel very similar to a tire balance issue, but they won't go away with a standard balancing service. In some cases, wheels can be straightened. Other times, they'll need to be replaced. A tire shop can inspect your rims and determine whether they are still safe to drive on. 7. CV joint or axle shaft issues. For front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive vehicles, CV joints and axles are crucial for smooth power delivery. A damaged CV joint or bent axle can cause the steering wheel to shake, especially during acceleration or when turning at speed. You might also hear clicking noises when turning or feel vibration through the floor in addition to the steering wheel. These components are critical to vehicle handling. If damaged, they typically need to be replaced, and delaying action could lead to more extensive drivetrain problems. 8. Worn suspension parts. Your suspension system is responsible for keeping your tires planted on the road. Over time, parts like tie rod ends, control arm bushings, and ball joints can wear out or become loose. At highway speeds, this wear can result in vibration, steering instability, and uneven tire movement. If you feel like the car is wandering, or you hit clunks when going over bumps, suspension wear might be the cause. An inspection will reveal any play in these components. Replacing worn parts restores proper steering feel and reduces unwanted vibrations. Loose or worn inner and outer tie rods can allow the wheels to shimmy at high speeds, sending vibration to the steering wheel. Ball joints, control arms, and bushings can cause similar issues, especially when hitting bumps. 9. Sticking brake calipers. A stuck brake caliper might not cause immediate symptoms, but after driving for a while, heat builds up and one wheel starts to drag. At highway speeds, this creates a noticeable vibration. You may also notice a burning smell, a pulling sensation, or visible brake dust building up on one wheel more than others. Brake calipers that aren't releasing properly need attention. Technicians may clean or replace the caliper depending on the severity. 10. Worn engine or transmission mounts. Though not as common, failing engine or transmission mounts can transfer vibrations into the steering system, especially when cruising under load or accelerating on the highway. When these mounts degrade, they no longer absorb engine movement properly, allowing vibrations to pass through the frame and into the steering column. This is harder to diagnose on your own, but experienced technicians can spot mount wear by inspecting engine movement under the throttle. 11. Tire defects or internal damage. Finally, there's a problem that often goes undetected until it gets worse: internal tire defects, such as a broken belt. From the outside, the tire may look perfectly fine, but internally, the steel belts can shift or break, leading to a bulge or flat spot that creates uneven rotation. This often feels like a thump or wobble, and it tends to appear only at highway speeds. If rotating your tires moves the vibration to a different area, this may be the root cause. Replacing the affected tire is the only safe option in this case. What you should do. Now that we've covered all 11 reasons, here's a simple way to approach the problem. 1. Start with a visual inspection of your tires. Look for signs of uneven wear, bulges, or sidewall damage. 2. Get your tires balanced and rotated. This solves many vibration issues immediately. 3. Check your alignment, especially if the car pulls to one side or the steering feels loose. 4. Pay attention to speed sensitivity. If the vibration happens only at certain speeds, that's a strong clue. 5. Visit a trusted mechanic for anything related to the suspension, brakes, drivetrain, or mounts. These need professional evaluation. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe for more car advice, and drop your questions or experiences in the comments. Thanks for watching, and stay safe on the road.